Great taste tonight, and it's Make Ahead Manitoba Breakfast with Jessica Penner and Manitoba Crop Alliance. So Jessica, I was at a gathering out in Whitemouth, Manitoba not terribly long ago, and for breakfast they had these incredible breakfast muffins. And not just any muffin, but the breakfast muffin where they had all this great stuff. And you're doing something here that really kind of reminds me of that. Lots of nutrition. These are the toasted pecan breakfast cookies. Cookies for breakfast. We're pretty jazzed about this. So let's get started.
All right, yeah, oven is already preheating for us, so we can get going with mixing our ingredients.
Okay,
I'll get you to start whisking the eggs.
Okay, we've got our Countryside Farms Vita eggs. Yes, indeed. Okay.
And some canola oil.
All right.
We have brown sugar. And the reason that we're starting off with this today is that we want to give the brown sugar a chance to dissolve, which is going to give us a more intense caramel flavor in our cookies.
Like, how come it is that I've done so much baking over the years, that not once have I ever come across that? I didn't realize that that was a thing. So it actually changes the taste, if you will, or the flavor of the sugar.
Yeah, a bit more of that caramel
awesome.
flavor, which goes so well with the toasted pecans.
I'm doing a terrible job of mixing. I'm so mindful of this. Sure. Okay. Sorry. I'll try and whip it up. Okay.
Yeah, we'll just let that sit there for a little bit while we get our dry ingredients together here. So you can do the honors with stirring, and I'm just gonna keep dumping. We have our oats.
Okay, number one.
And then flour. You can choose either whole wheat flour or barley flour for this one.
Okay.
And then the sunflower seeds. I'm not sure if many people know this, but sunflowers are the only oil seed native to the northern Great Plains of North America. And in Manitoba, we've been growing them commercially since the 1940s. Not only that, our province is the largest producer of sunflower seeds in Canada. Go Manitoba!
Okay, so Jessica, you're a nutritionist, and somewhere along the way, I heard kind of a stunning stat about fiber and how we're just not getting enough of it. So can you talk a little bit about that and how it relates to our cookies tonight?
Yes, so we know that most people are only getting about 50% of the fiber that they should be getting today.
Wow.
So starting off with a high fiber breakfast is a great way to just keep the ball rolling the rest of the day.
Get the ball rolling, as it were. Yeah, okay.
Next up, another high fiber ingredient, we have our ground flaxseed.
And then, of course, Manitoba oat growers, like the oats are great as far as fiber and protein as well, which is something I think a lot of us also don't get enough of, right?
So many high fiber ingredients today. Then our baking powder and a little bit of salt.
Okay.
Okay, next, now that you've done a great job of combining that, let's make our toasted pecans.
Okay, so this is critical, this part of it.
It is.
How it's all put together. Okay.
I know it seems like a finicky step, but when you toast nuts, you transform them from something that might have a slight astringent flavor to it to something that is just really mellowed out and nice and crisp and just melts in your mouth. And
it's kind of interesting they use yes, you're super excited about the toasting of the pecans. And so, but you can't like blink. You have to be super careful with this, right?
You do need to babysit your pan, and you'll know that they're done when there's a really nice aroma.
Got a bit of a hint, or a charred smell if it's my kitchen on occasion. Okay,
You've gone too far.
You've gone way too far. Okay,
not the aroma you're looking for.
No, absolutely not. Okay, so now you got a couple of other steps. You were kind of back and forth because, okay,
so these are the pre-toasted pecans. You can add that in. Pecan, what do you say?
I think I've been saying pecan, so I'll just maybe continue with that, but pecan, that works.
That's perfect. And give another little whisk to our wet ingredients.
Okay.
And I have the chopped dates, which again add a nice caramel flavor to our recipe.
Caramel, a little bit of sweetness. Does it taste different if you say pecan as opposed to pecan?
Maybe taste a little fancier in the end.
Okay, I'll try them both ways, and then let us know on our socials how it goes for you. Okay.
Now just dump that in here.
Okay.
Kind of stir as you get all those wonderful, yummy caramel date bits in.
And then how long do these bake for?
Only 10 minutes. So
Oh, quick.
Really quick.
Love it. Okay. It's sort of an interesting thing that I had heard that you had made these. You guys went on a trip recently, you and your family. You got a couple of children.
Yes, and I packed these along for a lovely airport breakfast. They were super convenient. And of course, my kids were really pumped to have cookies for breakfast, right?
Something a little bit extra special, you know, kind of while you're going on a vacation, and it's you don't even have to feel too terribly bad about saying yes if they want, like you know, quite a few or a couple anyway. Yeah, very nice.
Even though they're jam-packed with nutrition, so many fiber ingredients in there, and the sunflower seeds, those guys are small but mighty. They contain nearly every vitamin and mineral, and most notably, they're a great source of vitamin E, which is a powerful antioxidant.
Yeah, it's definitely not something that, at least I think about, you know, it's one of the go-tos when thinking about sunflower seeds, is just how nutritious they are, but they are incredibly nutritious. I'm just also wondering, I guess if you wanted to make them like a little bit smaller, I guess like you could make them up by hand if you wanted to.
Yeah, you just want to pack them in nicely so that they stay together when cooked, when baked.
Okay, so we've actually got some rolling in the oven here that are about ready for us to have a look at. So let's do the old switch here. Okay. Oh yeah. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna put those right there. Absolutely fantastic. Now, this makes for an incredibly nutritious breakfast. Here they are. We got a little bit of extras to have with these. So tell us about that while I give this a little sample.
Yes, so to make it a nice balanced breakfast, I'm a dietitian, gotta mention that. You can serve it with a glass of milk, maybe a latte if you're fancy, and some fruit.
Cup of coffee. Absolutely delicious. Thank you so much, Jessica. So when we come back on Great Tastes, another Produced on the Prairie story. Stay with us.